Your Z Fold 8's crease is the most expensive weak point on the market right now, and most cases do nothing to actually protect it. We're not ranking these 5 by drop rating alone. We're ranking by how they handle the hinge, the magnets, and the stuff nobody puts in the spec sheet. Stick around, because the winner uses a steel pin system nothing else on this list even attempts. Let's start with the one that gets the job done without the extra engineering. 5. FNTCASE for Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. Case with 360 spin magnetic kickstand. FNTCASE opens this list with the most feature-dense case for the price tier. You get a full hinge cover, a built-in screen protector already installed at the factory, MagSafe-style magnetic compatibility, and a 360-degree rotating metal ring that works as a kickstand, a one-handed grip, and a hanging hook. That ring is the actual selling point here. It's a solid metal loop, not a molded plastic tab, so it holds its angle in both portrait and landscape without sagging under the weight of a book-style foldable, which is heavier than a standard phone and punishes weak stands fast. Here's the honest catch. FNTCASE labels this 20 feet military-grade protection, but that number comes straight from the brand's own product listing. There's no MIL-STD-810 designation attached to it, and no third-party lab is cited. That doesn't mean it's weak. It means you're trusting FNTCASE's internal testing instead of an independent standard, which is a meaningfully different thing to tell your audience. Same goes for the magnet. There's no published gram or Newton figure anywhere for this case, so I can't tell you how it stacks up against the TORRAS or BENKS picks later in this list. Only that Amazon's listing calls it MagSafe compatible and leaves the strength unquantified. The built-in screen protector is convenient because it ships already mounted, which sidesteps the lip conflict problem entirely. There's no separate glass to fight with the case's inner edge, but that convenience cuts both ways. If that pre-installed protector ever gets damaged, you're not popping in a replacement, you're dealing with the whole system as one unit. Verdict. This is your pick if you want a kickstand and magnet combo at the most accessible price point on this list, and you're comfortable trusting a brand's own drop test numbers instead of a certified rating. Solving one problem creates a different set of trade-offs, and that's exactly what happens when you move from a magnetic ring stand to a case built around raw grip security instead. 4. SUPCASE for Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. Case with fixed stand, UB grip. SUPCASE's UB grip takes a different approach. Instead of a rotating kickstand, you get a fixed stand molded directly into the case, paired with full hinge coverage, a built-in screen protector, and MagSafe compatibility. The anti-slip grip texture is the standout feature here. SUPCASE has built its reputation on rugged foldable protection since the earliest Z Fold generations, and the UB grip line carries that same textured side rail approach that keeps a wide, top-heavy foldable from sliding off an angled surface. The catch is right there in the name. It's a fixed stand, not a rotating one. That means one set viewing angle instead of the adjustable range you get from FNTCASE's spinning ring, or the aluminum kickstand you'll see later on this list. If you're someone who props your fold up for video calls at a desk one day and on your lap the next, a fixed angle is going to feel limiting fast. There's also no independently published MIL-STD figure for this specific case listing. SUPCASE has cited military drop test standards on some of its older fold cases, but I'm not going to carry that number over to this product without it being confirmed on this exact listing. So treat any drop rating claim for this one as unconfirmed until you check the current packaging. On the pocket friction side, that same anti-slip texture that keeps the phone steady on a car mount or a desk works against you in a tight jeans pocket. Grippy silicone-style textures tend to catch on fabric linings rather than sliding in clean. Because the screen protector here is also factory installed rather than swappable, the same locked-in trade-off from the FNTCASE pick applies. You're not managing lip clearance with third-party glass, but you're also not able to upgrade it independently. Verdict. Best for someone who prioritizes staying put on a car mount or a slick tabletop over having an adjustable viewing angle. 3. TORRAS Ostand L1 for Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. Magnetic and flush stand. This is where the magnet conversation gets real numbers attached to it. TORRAS's Ostand L1 uses an N52 magnetic array rated at up to 18 newtons of holding force on its Amazon listing, the strongest published figure on this entire list. That's a meaningful jump from cases with no published number at all, and it's backed by a stainless steel embedded stand that sits flush against the back of the case rather than folding out, so you get hands-free viewing in both folded and unfolded modes without the bulk of a hinged kickstand mechanism. Quick transparency note before you publish. TORRAS's own site lists this same Ostand L1 line at 16 newtons, while the Amazon listing for this exact product says 18. That's a real discrepancy between the brand's two own sources, not me picking a number. Worth double-checking against the current listing before this figure goes in front of your audience, since it could change without notice. The case also claims MIL-grade hinge protection, but like the two cases above it, there's no specific MIL-STD number cited. This is a self-described standard, not a certified one. Where TORRAS pulls ahead is the included accessories. 2 precision screen protectors ship in the box, cut for the Z Fold 8's outer display, which at least gives you an official replacement path if the first one gets scratched, instead of leaving you stuck with a single, non-removable layer. On port and cable clearance, TORRAS doesn't publish specifics for third-party USB-C cables through this cutout, so treat that as an open question rather than a confirmed pass or fail. Verdict: best for buyers who want the strongest verified magnetic figure on this list and don't mind a small asterisk on which number to trust. Every case so far has made a trade-off between magnet strength, stand flexibility, or hinge coverage. The next two stop trading and start stacking. 2. BENKS ArmorGrid Pro Grand Combo Kevlar case for Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. BENKS goes a different direction entirely. Instead of leaning on plastic and TPU alone, the ArmorGrid Pro uses genuine licensed Kevlar fiber fused with shock-absorbing TPU through an in-mold injection process, paired with a matching polycarbonate front frame and a fitted Glass Warrior HD9H tempered glass screen protector. That Kevlar isn't a cosmetic pattern printed on plastic. It's actual aramid fiber, which gives the case a distinct woven texture and a level of tensile strength you don't get from a standard polycarbonate shell. This is also the case that solves the lip conflict problem most directly, and does it on purpose. The screen protector isn't an afterthought bundled in, it's a matched component engineered specifically for this case's front frame, which is exactly the kind of pairing that prevents the bubbling and corner peel issues you get when a case edge and a glass protector weren't designed together. The magnetic array is independently verified at 10 newtons, lower than the TORRAS PIC's 18 newtons, but published directly by BENKS rather than left vague, which makes it a fair, apples-to-apples comparison. The honest catch is that this locks you into BENKS's own ecosystem. Because the front frame and screen protector are matched components, swapping in a different third-party tempered glass down the line risks reintroducing the exact lip conflict problem this case was built to avoid. There's also a texture trade-off worth flagging. A woven Kevlar surface isn't the same smooth glide as soft-touch matte plastic, and how that affects pocket insertion hasn't been tested here. BENKS explicitly confirms this case fits only the standard Z Fold 8, not the Ultra or earlier folds, so double-check your exact model before buying. Verdict: best for buyers who want a distinctive material and a matched, purpose-built screen protector instead of a bundled afterthought. 1. Spigen Slim Armor Pro S MagFit for Galaxy Z Fold 8. Spigen closes this list with the most mechanically engineered case in the lineup. The SecuLink system uses SUS420F heat-treated steel pins to physically interlock the front and rear panels, a real fix for the specific way foldable cases loosen over months of repeated folding, which adhesive or clip-based cases don't have an answer for. Layered on top of that is a spring hinge mechanism that automatically and continuously encloses the hinge, not just when the phone is closed. Plus, a 360-degree rotating kickstand machined from 6061 aluminum, the same alloy grade used in aerospace hardware, for a stand that holds any angle without wobble. This case is also directly confirmed for Qi 2 wireless charging on its Amazon listing, meaning you can charge without removing the case and expect proper alignment rather than a loose magnetic guess. Spigen's precision cutouts and sound tunnel design are built to route audio clearly through the case body, though whether that translates to zero audible difference on a call is something worth testing yourself before you claim it on camera. The one number I can't hand you with full confidence is magnet strength. Spigen publishes a 12.5 Newton figure for this same architecture on its standard Slim Armor Pro MagFit listing, but that number isn't repeated on this specific Pro S product page, so treat it as representative of the shared magnet system, rather than independently confirmed for this exact SKU. It's also worth noting, this case is built for the standard Z Fold 8, not the Ultra. Spigen sells a separate lineup for that model, so don't cross-shop the listings. Verdict: the winner, because it's the only case here solving the foldable-specific problem of panel separation with an actual mechanical system instead of adhesive or clips, while still delivering a confirmed wireless charging spec. Closing recap. If you're chasing the strongest verified magnet, that's the TORRAS Ostand L1 at 18 newtons. Just confirm the number against the current listing first. If you want a factory-matched screen protector with zero lip conflict guesswork, go with the BENKS ArmorGrid Pro. If pocket slide and dashboard grip matter most, the SUPCASE UB Grips texture is built for exactly that. And if you want the most engineered hinge system on the market for this phone, the Spigen Slim Armor Pro S MagFit is the one to buy. Links to every case are below in the order we counted them down. Check them out and let me know in the comments which one's going on your Fold 8.